Hello my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. There was a request for me to explain more about quantum healing and med beds, this frequency-based healing technology. Well, to me it's more and more obvious that we are not going to be exposed to any particular frequency healing modalities until the old system is tumbled down. But there is a thing now happening that even those awakened people are kind of being torn in two different groups, as one group loves the electronics, love machinery, and the other group wants like to be in a more original state with the nature, tribal lifestyle. Funny, the people here don't have money to buy bread, but they always scrape money to buy this stupid fireworks. So when we are talking about health in general, as lately, last few years, I'm putting emphasis more onto vibrational healing. This basically is quantum healing. Why? Because I explained that our reality is based on electromagnetic vibration, pulsations. And we are manifesting our expectation. Well, people say always, well, I never wanted to be sick. Well, you have no idea what you wanted, because before you were born, you select exactly what your experiences should be, but what you want to experience. And not everything that you selected will occur. Well, usually it does, plus additional ones that you create during your life, because you are creator. So we actually experience more than what we bargained for. And sometimes we alter the experience, because realizing that it's going to be bad, that it's really not something nice, so we kind of hold back and we curb it down a little bit. And I was just listening now to Greg Braden disclosing the AI, because he was very much involved into the computer science and programming stuff. And yes, his conclusion, I agree with it, that the AI can never know more than what we know. Because AI, computer, mechanical intelligence, can only siphon through information it is given to it. And if it is not there, it is not going to have it. You know, so some people are asking, okay, how was my past life here and there? And AI then tells them. But AI cannot know if they had past life and where was the past life. For example, telepathy. We will be able, and we already are partially communicating with telepathy. I'm sure that it happens to you often, that you think of someone that you did not talk or speak to for a while, and 15 minutes later they call you. Because by thinking of someone, you are actually going into their auric field. You are connecting. Now, if they are awake enough, they pick up on the signal. And now again, telepathy is still, we have been disconnected for so long with all these wrong programs. So instead of trying to connect back telepathically and say hi and, start conversation, well, we pick up the phone because, I wonder what happened with so-and-so. I should call them. Not realizing that actually they picked up on your wave brain. So we can pick up on this, AI cannot. AI cannot tap into this. Maybe it will be able later, maybe when its sensors are done better, but we also have to understand that the sensitivity of our cells is incredible because we have telomeres. Telomeres pick up frequencies that they use then for manifestation. They use to adjust the body to changing environment, because our consciousness see things in a three-dimensional world the way we call reality. So you see computer, you see the cell phone, you see things around you where cells are aware of all this, but through their vibration. Because you need a sophisticated robot, like human body, that is going to be loaded with sensors, and that has the chip that will then take the frequencies, and according to the programming, it will manifest them through sensors as light, creating particles and creating picture. And the particle you create, the particle did not come to you. You just received electromagnetic wave of particular frequency. Same is for smell, same is for taste, same is for touch. Those are just frequencies. As a robot, our consciousness then picks it up in the reality we experience, but our cells only sense this as a frequency. Very often, if you listen to some of the channelers, they say that, or not even channelers, people that had briefly died and have experience on the other side, and they were greeted with some spirit that they felt very nice with it, like they know it, but they could not decipher who it was. Okay, so when we are talking about the body, I explained that depending on the frequencies, this is going to be then processed through our sensors, and it will be projected out in a form that the frequency is directing. And everything I said about the food, about carbohydrates, about meat, basically becomes irrelevant when we start talking about frequency. Why irrelevant? Because when you become aware of this, and when you can convince your ego to accept it without doubt, then You can eat anything and just tell your body to ignore it and to expulse it. And it is not going to be affecting your body. Now, when we go into healing, quantum healing is basically healing on the level of frequencies. There are many different types that I have two different friends that do this, but in different ways. One of them is a part of a group of spiritual, all of them are spiritual, of religious healers. She's a Christian, and they have narration. They sing a couple of Christian songs, and then she raises the arm and she asks Jesus Christ to send her healing energies. And then she goes over the body and basically scans it, and then through oration she says, okay, now I'm addressing this and this system, let's say blood vessels of the body, and she's making movement like she's extracting and healing consciously. She is addressing the health and demanding healing of the cells. Then same she does over articulation and nervous system and stuff like this. And some results are great, some results, sometimes no results. Then I have another friend, lady from St. Martin, and she is this pendulum. So she is also religious, but she has different technique. She says that she has 4 or 5, I think, she said, souls that help her. And she asks questions about the individual that she is supposed to heal. And through pendulum she receives yes or no, so the questions have to be correct. So she has a list of questions that she normally asks. Now she's found a shortcut how she can do much faster through this by putting your systems together and then addressing your system. But basically she pinpoints where the problem is, and then she asks how many times she has to acknowledge that this is healed already. And then she asks if it's more than 20 times. If yes, then more than 50 times. If yes, then more than 100, until she gets to the right number. And then through narration, or she can also say, well, okay, I'll do it in a 3-day session. And next day she only knows where to go, so she focuses and does narration. And also she has very good results with what she is doing, actually more results than the Christian healer. Now, stories about Jesus Christ. Well, he did not have to do any of it. Actually, he did not even have to know if somebody is sick. It was enough that somebody knew that he is there and they were sick or they could not see. And just by knowing that Jesus is there, all of a sudden they could see. Now, how does that work? This is placebo. This is auto-healing. You are healing yourself through your belief system that because you are in the vicinity of Jesus, Jesus is healing you. This could be that. But on the other hand, again, through now channelers and the other outlets, messages are coming that right now, because of the celestial bodies alignments, and because it is time that our consciousness has risen sufficiently, vibrationally, that it will be able to grasp this. Now we are receiving activation codes for our DNA. Now we have to understand that our DNA, human DNA, not DNA of everything, but human DNA, has basically the information of the whole creation. And now, when the DNA is being awakened through these activation codes, we are going to be mutating. And as we are going to be mutating in this new crystalline structure, we are going to emerge completely healthy. Slightly different, but completely healthy. Doesn't matter what your problem is after the transition, because your body will mutate. Now the thing is that not everybody will be able to mutate at the same time, because not everybody is ready. You have to, again, it's a creation, so you have a consciously, you have to want to do this. Nothing can be done for you without your agreement. So you have to agree to it. And many people have no idea what's even going on. So how can they agree to something that they have no clue is happening? So make it your business and allow the reprogramming of the body or activation of the body to go on. Because we have been reprogrammed already. A few years ago. At least I had the experience doing ayahuasca, so I know. And usually when enough people is being reprogrammed, that this spills onto general population. The 100 monkey experiment, or herd immunity, all this is the same process. So each one of us should spend at least a few minutes once or twice a day to stay barefoot, to be grounded in nature, being it in a sea, being it on a wet sand, grass, forest, wherever, just grounded to Mother Earth, because she is shifting too. So we want to resonate together. We have to tune up our bodies into the same frequency, same resonance. Now, how do you tune yourself up? With intent. So you have to actually say it. You don't have to be vocal about it. You can just think about it. But you have to calm your mind. You have to, just best is close your eyes, but you don't have to. You can also just keep your eyes open. But in your mind, you have to connect. Basically, through words is best, or thoughts, and just say that, I'm absorbing activation codes. Not I want to. You want to when? I am. So I'm absorbing the activation codes, and my DNA has been activated, not is going to activate. Going when? has been activated. And you can continue that. You have broken the separation veil that your mind has connected to your heart, or your mind to your soul. And this is going to accelerate the process. If you are good at heart, your body is already in it. Every time you come out, the frequency around the planet, it is such that is actuating upon us. And it's making the separation of those who want to go forward in love, separating from those who are in turmoil and separated and prefer to dominate. So simply have kindness of mind and show it. Help. Whenever you can, help. You don't have to be asked to help. You see situations, you know when people need help. And doesn't matter if you think that the individual is bad or good. If you can help, help. Because every act of heart, every action of love resonates and propels you. But you can accelerate all this if you consciously engage. I go every morning and every evening, every night actually. Before I go to bed, I go out, I put my chair on the grass, put my feet on the grass, and 15-20 minutes, I call it create. I create. I think of the world the way I want it to be. And I'm creating it now as it is done, where we support each other, where we love each other. And I also focus on absorbing the healing codes. I call them healing frequencies, so that my body can tune itself and then radiate with these healing frequencies, so everything in the vicinity of this body is going to be receiving those frequencies and will receive healing. It's a tune-up. I'm asking for my body to become tuning fork, basically. And of course, after all this, I also say that I am vibrating with this frequency of healing, and I am sharing them to the matrix for benefit of all. Not only on Earth, but through universe. This is not difficult to do. And you don't have to think, well, but I don't feel anything, so am I doing it right? If you are thinking positive, you are doing it right. We don't have to always get confirmation of, oh, you are such a good boy, you did so good, yes. I have no clue. If I would not have my ayahuasca experience and I saw what one act of goodness does, how it shakes the whole universe, I would not believe it myself. Because nobody taps me on the shoulder, nobody says, oh, you are doing good stuff. I'm just doing it from the goodness of my heart. because this is what I want. This is where I want to live. This is the future I want to create. So instead of waiting for it to come, I am creating it. Some people attack me that I'm a Trump supporter. Well, I support the good. So if I have to choose between Camille and Donald, there's no choice. Of course it's going to be Donald. But I'm just waiting now for this transition period. But if I see that Donald wants to have borders and passports and control immigration, or not immigration, movement of people, then I'm not going to be there. Right now, this is good because we know that these were not migrants, these were paid infiltrators to create chaos, to destroy a country. So yes, this has to be cleaned up, but when people are given what they need in their own country, they're not going to go out. Nobody is going to go leave their country and go to live somewhere else if whatever they need they have in a country that they live in. Everybody loves their country, loves their people, loves their customs. If situation would be different in Croatia, I would stay in Croatia. If situation would be different in the United States, I would be in the United States. I have dual passports. Why I have dual passports? Because it gives me more freedom. I also can have a Venezuelan passport now. But now it's my chance to create reality where we don't need passports, when we don't need documentation, because that's all form of control. Then okay, you may say, yeah, but if we don't have borders, everybody will come. Again, it's not true. If crime is solved in Mexico, and if Mexican people are given all the money that they need, none of them is going to want to go to the United States. Are you crazy? They go there because of money. There are some voyagers that love to travel. I'm a voyager. This is why I don't want to live in a house. I want to live in a mobile unit. This is why I prefer both. The Neo Trimaran, Neo 52, perfect. Because it's relatively fast and it's on the water. I can go anywhere I want, basically. And do I need American passport? Well, what good does the American passport do to me right now when I have a Venezuelan wife and she cannot go to the United States because she needs visa, and you feel like a cattle waiting for visa in front of the embassy there for hours and hours, and then wait for months before approval, and then ta-da. Nonsense. In the old system, it was necessary because it was system of duality. But this is why we are creating new system of love and support. And in this system, nobody is going to be there trying to profit from you in a bad way. It's all about support. And if you travel and you come to community, and people in the community look at you strange and you have the feeling that they really don't appreciate you being there, you're not going to be there. You're going to say, thank you very much, be well, I'm on my way. You find a place where you are welcome. That's how it should be. So when we, again, today I heard on one video a channeler talking about AI and how AI is misleading people, and also about these healing modalities, these med beds and stuff, that this is all controlled by AI, and who knows what they will put into you to enslave you. So we should not be using med beds. Well, she's right in one way. But in the other way, again, we are awakening. We are now in a process of awakening. And we are going to intuitively know much more than we can grasp right now. And I agree with her that now they are saying that some med beds do this and some med beds this and some... No, this is not the med bed I'm talking about. The real med bed from Pleiades, no matter what it is, you just go there for 15 minutes or so and you come out completely regenerated. Because it addresses every cell of your body and corrects vibration. That's all it does. It does not have agenda, because all these good ETs, they cannot do anything without your permission. So if you just say, I just want to heal and maybe rejuvenate, well, this is what you're gonna get. Personally, I'm not going to probably go in any med bed, because I'm now actively empowering my body with healing frequencies. And once when process is finished, then my body should be healthy. I will see how successful I will be in this, because it, again, variables are big, because it all depends on general state of my consciousness. And I should separate myself from the past completely. Yeah, but I still love motorcycle, I still love freaking boats, and I'm watching videos with the boaters and motorcycle riders. This is what I love. Now, is this going to slow my progress? Probably. But we'll see what happens. Should not be a big deal. In any way, don't think that simply by closing eye and telling yourself, okay, my kidneys have healed. My kidneys have healed, and now they have healed. If it would be that simple, we would have done it a long time ago. Although there is this, or there was, I don't know if it's still there, the hospital in Beijing that Greg Braden was talking about years ago, where through chanting, it's done, it's done, it's done, basically, they filmed how I believe within 3 minutes, a cancer completely fell apart. So, but it required 3 people, conscious beings that knew, had a faith, and the patient had to have faith in the process. And all of them together were saying this word, and within 3 minutes, cancer was gone. Again, on vibrational level, it simply disappeared. This is possible, but it needs a lot of training, a lot of practice. It's not something you can just do all of a sudden. Even if you start getting the principle, like I get the principle, but I cannot regrow my hair, I cannot repair my vision yet. I cannot change my teeth or fix my teeth yet. Well, let's see what happens with these frequencies now. Now we are receiving the download. It's going to be for next 8 days. Today is the 6th of August. The strongest days of receival of these codes should be on the 8th and 9th of August of 2025. And then the body has to integrate them. One thing is to receive them, then integrate them, and then manifest. So it's a process that goes with it. We should be able to, what your tell is going to be, that you are on the way, that you will have lapses of time. And maybe dreams, very vivid, and you will see places that you know you have been there. It's a memory coming out of your DNA, coming from your genetic makeup, recalling things from the past. Could be also from projected future. So we'll see. All these things, we are now in this time of this big change, and none of us have ever been through it. This is actually the first time that this is happening ever, that living beings are going in their original form through the shift. Usually it's all gone and then recreated and repowered with new changes. And we are now just going through this shift like continuation of our life. It's never been done before. At least this is information that I got. So we don't know. We can just anticipate based on information we have so far. Don't pay too much attention to AI, because AI only knows what information is loaded into it, what information it can gather. It cannot tell you past life of yours because it does not have the information. It cannot get to the information. And don't ask also for projections of future, because it can only base them on information it has now. And we are changing present all the time. We are actuating differently. Try to stay positive in mind. This is the most important thing. Have no fear, because fear drains you, lowers your frequency. It may put you on the wrong track. So the worst thing is to fear. And if some type of a medicine becomes available, if you are seriously ill with big problems, okay, use it. If not, wait. Wait until things settle, the dust settles down from the change, because many people will become empowered and will become healers like Jesus was, and they will be healing population that did not yet grasp the new system, that is little awakening a little slower. Much better than going into some electronic manipulated device, unless again it is from the Pleiades, and our intuition is going to be up, our telepathy is going to be awakened. You will know immediately if there is something going on behind what your eyes can see. You will feel it. Trust your feeling. Always trust your feeling more than anything else. But skip the fear, because the feeling is the message from within. We all have a guides, spiritual guides that are around us, helping us to go through this. They are sending you the messages. You receive them through intuition. Sometimes they talk to you even. But for this, you already have to be pretty much awakened and able to calm down sufficiently to hear, to receive this message. I don't get these messages other than through intuition. So, we are all navigating now waters we never tested before. It's a new school, and teachers are not yet available, really. They will be activated, and they will then benefit us. Don't trust AI. You can use it for, AI, I want to have it. If I live on a boat, if I live on if this boat also will have anti-gravitational levitation equipment on it, and I could fly it, yeah, definitely I want to have AI in there connected to all my system that will tell me, okay, barometric pressure is dropping, be careful, some wind may come up, the center appears to be here and here, on this and this altitude and latitude, and well, yes, this is fabulous. But I don't want AI that is going to command me or work against me. So AI specific for particular purpose. Beautiful. Okay, my friends. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Again, use your mind to heal yourself. And don't think when you're doing it, don't think, it's not going to work. Then don't even try. If you want to do it, you have to believe it, that it is going to have effect. You don't know how much, how big the effect is going to be. It all depends on your ego, how satisfied it is going to be with understanding it has behind everything, how much faith is going to be put into it, how much expectation will be there. But it definitely will help you. We can correct the frequency by eating correctly, We can correct it by taking salt with water. Those are all crystals. And on top of it, you can help it believing into your creative power that you have. We all are creators. Okay, my friends? So thank you for listening to this chat, and see you next time. God bless us all. Namaste.